What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Stephen J. And I'm here with Simply Steve, and we're talking about wrestling. You need to move over. WWE, WWF, WCW, UWF, ECW, AWA, NXT, and maybe a little TNA, some Lucha Underground, maybe a little something. So we're going to jump right into it. Monday Night Raw was good. I'll say the last match, the Fatal 4-Way. Kevin Owens is your new Universal. Is it Universal Champion or is it Universal Heavyweight Champion?
Universal Champion.
Universal Champion. Stupid. Why not just call it the Raw Heavyweight Champion or the SmackDown Champion? So is Dean Ambrose the WWE Champion?
He's the WWE World Champion.
Okay. All right. So WWE World Champion, Universal Champion. So Kevin Owens. And here's the thing. I was tweeting with Justin LeBar, and I had just said to him like 3 minutes or 4 minutes before that, I said, do you think Kevin Owens will go over better as a heel champion than Seth Rollins? And then, of course, Triple H comes down and everybody's thinking this, that, and the other, although Justin says he said that Kevin Owens is going to win. And then Triple H pedigrees Seth Rollins, but a lot of people say Seth is going babyface, which I don't like him as a babyface. There's
You've never really seen me. If you want to count his Shield run, that was all three guys. But by himself, obviously, we haven't experienced him as a babyface, and with his high flyer moves, it'll make him an excellent babyface.
No, I don't. Can I see Seth Rollins as Shawn Michaels? I don't know. Because, again, I liked Shawn Michaels as the Heartbreak Kid, Sweet Chin Music and all that. But he was at his best when he was a heel. I mean, we loved when he came down and did like that. And the fireworks went off and stuff like that. But when he was like, kiss, suck off or whatever.
It was during his trouble days.
That Shawn Michaels, I think when there's certain guys that can play heel. There's certain guys that can just play face. John Cena obviously plays face very well. But Seth Rollins, you've always known him as a heel. And what is going on? Disclaimer, we don't beat children here in this home. Although he got it like big time, like belts, brooms, bricks, water, hot water,
this
skull,
one time,
whatever.
he sat on my head and tried to beat me. So, something wrong with him.
He was 300 pounds. What do you expect me to do?
No, this was years ago when I was a little kid.
Anyway, so but here's my question, and I tweeted right after Owens won, which again I congratulated Owens. Although I did send out a really funny tweet. It's when Enzo and Cass were coming in, and Cass was in front and Enzo was behind, and then Enzo had this look on his face, and I captured that look and I tweeted it, and I got a bunch of likes off of it. I said, the look that you make when you got a good thing going, but you secretly hope he doesn't win. Because Enzo was just like this behind Cass, and the way they kind of made it appear, it looked like Cass maybe was going to possibly pull an upset out of this or whatever. So, but here's my question though after Kevin Owens wins. I like Kevin Owens. His mic skills can use a little bit polishing, I think. But again, he deserves to be world champion before Bray Wyatt. That's my question. Kevin Owens comes in, he receives great heat by beating John Cena. Great, he wins the Intercontinental title. And did he win the U.S. champion? Mm-hmm. No, he never won, but he gets Intercontinental title twice, right? Mm-hmm. And no, Bray Wyatt gets no title. Bray Wyatt goes against everybody and loses. Mm-hmm. And
that's why nobody takes Bray Wyatt seriously, because he always loses.
I'm like, I don't understand. This guy, Bray Wyatt is the guy in the company right now that has the best mic skills. Plays his character to a T. But again, the WWE is treating him like WCW did Mankind. Well, Cactus Jack. All he's good for is good brawling situations. He's the Brooklyn Brawler. Let's put him in. He gives great matches, but I don't necessarily see him with a title or whatever. And I'm sorry, you broke up the Wyatt family, and Braun Strowman is just dumb. They're trying to push him like Superman or whatever. Put him back with the Wyatts. That's how you get Bray Wyatt. The Shield. Everybody that came in as a faction, let me just say this, has won a title except for the Wyatt family. The Shield.
Well, Luke Harper was Intercontinental Champion.
When?
He beat Dolph Ziggler
How long did he have that title? Because I don't remember that.
about a month.
Okay. So the Shield,
Because he lost it the next night.
New Day, Nexus,
They had tag team titles. Okay.
who was the one after that? The Nexus. What did they call themselves?
The Court?
Didn't they? Yeah, the Core. Didn't they have a title?
It was Bray Wyatt was Intercontinental, and Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater were tag team champions.
They had a title, but the Wyatt family can't capture any gold, and it's just like, let's put you in a feud with this guy, and we'll see what happens, and maybe it'll work out or something like that. Unfortunately, it's not working out for Bray Wyatt, and I don't understand why, because this guy is not like he's often injured. I think he just got injured recently. Or, well, maybe this is his second injury, because he did get injured as Husky Harris, which, who cares about Husky Harris, the Ferrari engine with the trunk thing or whatever. But since Bray Wyatt, he got injured once. But even he hasn't had any great heat since his feud with Cena. Dean Ambrose didn't go over. Dolph Ziggler didn't go over. Who else he feuded with? The Undertaker didn't go really over.
He's feuded with Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan feud was pretty good. It was pretty good. I'll give him that one. But it's like they don't know how to use him. So him being on SmackDown, which I liked, but it's to give him a chance. Now they're gonna have him feud with Randy Orton. I personally, okay.
Randy doesn't.
Here's the thing that I see: him feuding with Orton winning, and then Orton going after Dean Ambrose, putting up those two, and Orton probably winning a title over Dean or something like that. But again, where does that leave Bray Wyatt? Have Bray go after the Miz. I mean, again.
Yeah, I think he can do that. I don't know if you remember the night the Wyatt family came back. I think Wyatt was hurt. He had came back, and that was the day that New Day interrupted him. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
He was getting cheered, and people were like, "Welcome back," because they missed him and stuff like that. And that could have been his chance to, I guess, turn face, whatever. Because Miz technically is a heel, and nobody likes the Miz. So, because I was thinking,
I don't even think Bray falls under the category of a heel or a face. He's that in between guy that you really don't like him. You like him, but you really don't hate him as much as you like him. So it's kind of like in the middle. Like, I like him, but I don't really hate him as much as I like him, like Cena. I don't like him, but I respect him. The Miz. I don't like him, but I don't really hate him all that much. Dolph Ziggler, I like him, but I don't really hate him. Like, who's another guy like Seth Rollins? I like him, but I don't really hate him more than I like him. So he's like in that middle kind of guy. Who I don't like? Who else I don't like? I don't like Baron Corbin. I don't like Baron Corbin at all. And I guess I can say, like, I don't like him, and I hate him as a wrestler. I hate his character. It's just stupid. And please don't put him in a triple threat because him and Dean got into the thing, and then
AJ Styles got involved with it.
Yeah, he doesn't deserve. Come on, I don't see any potential in this. He has no mic skills. He has no wrestling ability. I don't
for a reason.
Yeah, he got called up, and again, he may be the single ascension. The single ascension, even though the Ascension were the longest reigning tag teams in NXT history, but still, they're getting pushed over for American Alpha, which I don't like their name. Which we'll see. So Back to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens is champion. What can we expect? Kevin Owens champion. Obviously, Triple H is going to
I think
crown him the heir apparent. Go ahead.
I think that obviously we all want an explanation of why Triple H turned on Seth Rollins.
I'm going to tell you what the explanation is. He's going to tell Seth Rollins, he was like, we gave you an opportunity, and you lost to Finn Balor. We gave you an opportunity when you when you came back, you had an opportunity to go against Roman Reigns. You didn't get it done.
Well, he did, but he lost it.
But hey, that's what I'm saying. You didn't get it done, and you lost to Dean Ambrose. And didn't they have another match afterwards?
They had a match on Raw for the title, then a match on SmackDown for the title, and then a triple threat.
So you had another opportunity, you didn't get it done. Ample opportunity and you're using my move. You're a disgrace to my move, and I just can't have that. I told you that's why we were going to pick Dean, but we went with you. But now we see someone else is more hungry that we can work with or whatever, who's willing to go down dirty, and that's Kevin Owens. So that's going to be, I think, the excuse is that, you gave your shot, kid, and you let us down.
Okay.
Matter of fact, the thing that's probably gonna push him over, he's gonna say, and you had an opportunity to keep the world heavyweight champion, my title that I carried on Raw, and you let Dean take it to SmackDown.
Well, obviously they're gonna save that match for WrestleMania, but my thing is, because I know, like you said, we're still wondering what it could be. That possibly could be it, but let's not have Triple H show up on Raw, because then it just builds more suspense. Because people are going to keep tuning in every week to see if we figure out why he attacked him, why he did that.
That doesn't matter, because Seth Rollins is going to probably be the first one down next Monday. Triple H, get out here right now. Mm-hmm. Stephanie, if Mick Foley, get out here right now. I want to know. Well, they showed the video with Seth Rollins saying what's going on, and Stephanie's like, don't yell at me. I don't know. I'm just surprised as you are. This, that, and the other. So he's going to I know he told you something. I want an explanation right now. Come out here and face me, game. I loved you as a father, or you were a brother, or you were my mentor, and here's you betrayed me. Watch.
I can see probably him against Kevin Owens at Clash of Champions. Obviously, Triple H cost him the match, so, cost him and Roman the match, so they'll probably have a match on Raw for the number one contendership.
Personally, I don't think there should be. It's over. It's over.
For Rollins?
No, it's over for Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins.
It's been over for Roman Reigns.
No, none of them get a shot. None of them gets another shot at the title. Let somebody new come and...
It can't be Sami Zayn. They just ended their feud. I don't want to see that yet.
I understand that. And I'm like, okay, well, who's good enough to go after Kevin Owens that'll give a good match? I'm thinking Cesaro, but he's in the midst of his best out of 7 with Sheamus, which I think is stupid. Should be best out of 5. Come on, best out of 7. WCW did that. I'm trying to think who they did it with. I think it was Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. I think they did best out of 7, or was it Chris Benoit and Booker T? It was somebody. It was Booker T. They had the best out of that, and which it was actually good. It was actually really good. But I'm not feeling the feud between Cesaro and Sheamus. That's why I said Cesaro should have been on for SmackDown. Should have been on SmackDown. He could have went after the Miz, won the title. Mm-hmm. But who would I like to see be? Well, obviously they would have to.
They could have Jericho.
No, I don't want to see Jericho
versus Kevin Owens.
No, I'm sorry. Again. Why do I want to see Chris Jericho? He had his time. I understand the whole thing that you got to have some veterans on there, and they have their place, but they only just peak above the line to say, hey, I'm still relevant. But you're not going back up to that height that you were Y2J in 1999 and 2000 when the lights shut out and The Rock was talking and you came out and everybody was shocked that you came out Y2J, and then all of a sudden The Rock embarrassed you. But that time is gone. I don't want to see Jericho. Let him peak. Like, who did he beat recently?
He just beat Neville.
He beat Neville. I didn't think that he should have beat Neville. I would have gave it to Neville because
I thought they was going to give it to Neville. Put over Neville.
I think they should have given it to Neville, but okay, Neville, Kevin Owens, because they did have a pretty good feud in NXT when
I guess until the
Neville was the title. Just before he left, Kevin Owens made his debut and he attacked Neville. So who can I see possibly?
It's like both rosters are so thin, but Raw obviously has a bigger roster. There's no one else besides Rollins or Roman, like Jericho, maybe Neville. Oh God, who else? I can't think of anybody else. If not, Seth Rollins.
Who's the young guy? I would actually throw him Sami Zayn.
I thought we just agreed that they just ended their feud. They don't need to go.
I
out
understand
right
that.
I guess that's the obvious choice besides.
I mean, you got Mark Henry. I throw Mark Henry at him.
Ain't nobody gonna believe Mark Henry. But my point I did make though was
Titus O'Neil.
They give Chris Jericho wins, but they don't give Mark Henry wins. Like I don't like that.
Why? Because he's black?
Ain't got nothing to do because he's black. I was just wondering
Why
why.
you always bringing up race?
I didn't bring up race. You brought up race. I'm saying, how come every time Mark Henry's in the ring,
There's Donald Trump. Let him bring up race. Why we got to bring up race?
he always lose, and then
Because he's black?
I didn't say because he's black, but then Jericho gets a win over Neville. I think Mark Henry actually lost to Neville one time.
I don't know about that. It's right
Look there.
So what else happened?
Let me check. We still got the New Day stuff with yeah, we still got the New Day stuff with Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
Okay. I did not like New Day when they were the face. They got on my nerves. Once they went heel, I loved them. Because I think when you're a face, you got to play to the crowd to be the face. The heel, you really can be very creative. But now, it's kind of getting played out. So, I think it's time for them to drop the title.
They'll most likely drop it at Clash of Champions.
I wouldn't break them up, but I would have them drop the title to the Bullet Club. I don't even like the Bullet Club. Who's another tag team in WWE right now in Raw?
I think those. Oh well, obviously Enzo and Cass.
I would lose to the Bullet Club, and then Enzo and Cass get that opportunity because I think if what's his name didn't get knocked out, they probably would have been tag team champions by now. Yeah. Then New Day can go back heel versus face and let people say suck. We don't suck. No, we don't suck. Or whatever.
It had to be something really hard for them to do this, for make people to say they suck. Ain't nobody saying New Day sucks right now. They'd have to do something.
The only way they'll suck is
If maybe they turn on Enzo and Cass, but that's it.
they turn on Enzo and Cass, beat the Bullet Club for the title. New Day attack them, and whatever. And there you go. But I do like the SmackDown's 6 tag team tournament that they got going on.
I like
Plus,
their belt
I like their belt.
I like that.
The belts are hot.
I do. The belts are cool.
And I like the fact that Daniel Bryan's making fun of how everybody made fun of the Raw belt, which looks like the SmackDown belt, except it's blue. Tag team titles are
They
great.
look nice. They look nice. Obviously, it's a lack of creativity, but they still look nice.
Hmm.
Dag. Let's see what else happened on Raw. Oh yeah, we already talked about Sheamus and Cesaro. Braun
And I
Strowman,
forgot the
Paul Heyman.
So Paul Heyman. Oh, so the feud, SmackDown versus Raw, which is going to be a pay per view sometime next year, um, is going to be because of the Brock Lesnar thing. Which I didn't. Did you see SmackDown?
Mm-hmm.
Did Shane McMahon say anything about what Stephanie said?
Nope.
So again, that's probably something they're going to build up to.
Now, because of the F5, I saw something that said they were building toward a what do you call it? Shane McMahon versus Brock Lesnar match, which is obviously stupid.
Yeah, nobody wants to see that.
They were building it for the Royal Rumble, but I decided to make a story out of it, kind of, and say that what if because obviously after SummerSlam and everything went down, people were chanting for Goldberg and stuff like that. I had said that they would bring Goldberg back.
Nobody wants to see Goldberg.
No, yes, they do. They
No.
Every person. Let me say this: every person who
It's
has signed
nostalgia.
every person who has signed a contract for the WWE for the games has always come back. It started with Ultimate Warrior; he came back. It started Sting; he's come back.
When
Brock
the Ultimate Warrior didn't come back and fight nobody.
Well, that's because he can't fight nobody.
He was old. That's what I'm saying.
He wasn't gonna fight nobody. Yo, Sting 56. He came back and he wrestled. Okay.
Sting was still an active wrestler though. He just left TNA.
Nah, he left TNA a year ago.
Okay, but
Well,
he was
a
still
year prior.
he was still doing house shows though.
I don't know. I ain't hearing about that.
He was still doing house shows, and yeah, he wasn't on television, but he was still actively wrestling.
And as far as I know, Goldberg's still pretty good, so he can go.
Man, nobody wants to see Goldberg. Let me just say that again. Nobody. If you bring back what's the name, Skip Sheffield, then okay. Yeah, bring back Skip Sheffield, aka Ryback.
I found out why he left. Apparently it wasn't because of money disputes, but it was because of travel expenses and I think something else he had said. Something about travel expenses.
What?
Yeah, something stupid like that. Like he said he and Triple H got into a heated debate about it, whatever like that, and then he just left once his contract expired.
Travel expenses.
Something like that, yeah.
The WWE pays for you to go everywhere. So what expenses? They're paying you to go there. You don't got to come out of your pocket and catch a plane. Maybe you, and I think they put you up in a hotel. Now, depending on how close the venue, like if they're in Baltimore and their next thing is in Washington, a lot of the guys will rent a car and drive to the next thing, which a lot of them did, which I understand that. Or maybe they don't get paid. Maybe they do got to come out of pocket. I don't know. But still, dude, you still making six figures. Shut the heck up. That's just dumb. You're on television. Everyone knows who you are. You say 3 words. Feed me more. You're hungry. And you say 2 lines. Finish it. And that's it. Granted, they gave you a raw deal with the Cena thing. I personally think John Cena had a lot to do with that. But to leave because of travel expenses, that's just dumb. But also, it doesn't help the fact that they suspended a lot of guys. Alberto's out.
He leaving. He quit.
Huh?
He quit.
When?
Like a couple of days ago. Gave him the papers. When he just wasn't doing nothing. And I guess he just wasn't happy. So Del Rio's gone.
I didn't read that about anywhere. It wasn't on the WWE website. It didn't get an alert. That wasn't on their Facebook page or Twitter page that the WWE has parted ways with what's the name? Why? Let me show you.
I saw it on Bleacher Report.
Oh, shut up. Alberto Del Rio. Let's see. It says done with WWE. AMP. I don't trust AMP. AMP. All it is from the one place. Let's see. Let's see. Braxy. That's Wrestling Zone. I do trust Wrestling Zone. Wait a minute. Why would he leave when he's First of all, he's dating Paige, which I don't see the attraction. Okay.
Well, anyway, as I know, obviously the big news last week from SummerSlam was
You have Twitter?
the big news last week from SummerSlam was Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton finish, and
What do you mean?
you know how the way the finish happened.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was designed that way. It was
So
designed
Brock can take a vacation?
probably. It was designed that way for to look like Brock Lesnar went off script and just decimate Randy Orton and stuff like that. So
Let's see. Audio. I'm checking Justin. He has not mentioned anything about Alberto Del Rio at all. The seed has been planted. They run. Da da da. Let's see. More sass on the show. I trust you can. Happy there is. Nice compliment. The seeds could be watered or left alone. Nothing about Alberto Del Rio leaving.
maybe he hasn't been official yet, but I've been hearing that
Well-
pretty much all week. That he's done.
Nope.
You say you checked WrestleZone. WrestleZone was talking about it.
That was years ago. I haven't watched WrestleZone in like forever. I keep like any up to date news happening. Justin pretty much knows about it, and he's not mentioning Alberto at all. I mean, he did mention weeks ago about him and Paige, which again, I don't get it. What color would their babies be? Beige? Off white? Because Paige is like out there, boy. She's like invisible almost. That's how light she is. Anyway, so Raw, that last match was good. I will give it that. SmackDown,
I do like what they're doing with. I'll say this. I do like what they're doing with the whole Heath Slater thing. I think that's interesting. And plus, people had signs in this crowd saying they're Heath's kids. I thought that was funny. So people,
these kids.
yeah, because he would always be like, "Oh, I got 27 kids," or whatever like that. So you know, obviously it's funny, and I think actually Heath Slater and Rhino gonna win the tournament.
I hope not.
Get Heath Slater a contract.
They need it, huh?
Get Heath Slater a contract. There's only so much longer they can do this storyline before it gets boring.
No, they can say, I'm going to give you a contract because you bust your butt. Give it to the no. You got to give it to the Usos because they got hurt and lost the titles. So you got to give it to the Usos to be that person on top and let them feud with
American Alpha.
Nah, because they are like two faces. Although two faces can feud,
No, they don't
but
believe in that.
I don't think they have it. Well, the Ascension is a heel and the Von Villains are heels.
There's
So
no challenge.
But I hate the Von Villains. Stupid name and just stupid concept.
What if the Usos turn heel?
I don't really care. I like the Usos.
Okay, so what if I'm saying? What if the Usos turn heel and then the Usos win the title? Then they can feud with the American Alpha because in their face.
Yeah, but the Usos aren't good heels. Not yet, anyway. I mean, they kind of were when they first came, when they was with Tamia and everything. But I don't know. We'll see. But I think Kevin Owens is gonna last till about the end of the year.
Because I was wondering, I was like, who would he lose it to? Because obviously, I think Finn Balor should be back by Royal Rumble. Win the Royal Rumble, even though he doesn't need to, but win the Royal Rumble and then main event WrestleMania.
It's my Donald Trump face.
But you said, could Kevin Owens be as big a heel as Seth Rollins would? I don't think he can. I mean, he has some heat, but not enough heat.
I think he is because
Well,
Kevin
remember,
Owens-
remember, Seth Rollins broke up the Shield, and he was getting heat for that for a long while, and he hasn't really had any heat since he's been back from his injury.
I mean, he got a lot of heat when he came back, but
Not enough to really say, "Oh, we hate you and despise you," like when they were chanting, "You sold
no,
out."
no. When he came back, they were like, "Welcome back," and he was like, "Shut up, please, I ain't back for you." And then it was like, "Oh, forget you then." So then they started boring him. So I think when Owens came, he still fight, but he goes after, like, I don't care about these people. He doesn't really go directly at the fans, but he's like that attitude, like, I don't care. I'm Canadian. So we'll see. But nah, I ain't got no TNA. Can't wait to the. I still haven't watched the Cruiserweight Classic yet, but the Cruiserweight Classic reminds me of Lucha Underground. Those cats. I have seen a lot of clips, like 5 or 10 minute clips online from it, and they look good. They look good. So, anything else?
Not really, but I think they should trade Kalisto, take him to Raw, and take Cesaro to SmackDown.
They should have never broke up them up. They should have kept them at and put them at SmackDown as a tag team.
Well, as we said, Kalisto.
Maybe they can trade
That's what I'm
somebody.
saying. Trade Kalisto, take him to Raw, and take Cesaro to SmackDown. Because as I was saying earlier, because they made it official between Dolph Ziggler and The Miz for Backlash for the Intercontinental Championship.
What?
I don't want to see Dolph Ziggler win the Intercontinental Championship.
Again, for the 5th time.
So, I mean, I was thinking maybe John Cena.
Where's John Cena? He's done. He
Well,
turned around and left. Like, whatever. What? I don't even want to talk about John Cena. Sorry.
I'm just saying, I say John Cena because he hasn't won the Intercontinental Championship before.
So what? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I like AJ Styles.
Do like AJ Styles.
I think he's gonna beat Dean Ambrose.
I really don't think he should, but you know,
I
he's only
think
been
he-
champ for 2 months.
Kevin Owens been here 6 months and he got the title already.
No, I'm talking about Dean Ambrose has only been champion for 2 months.
That's what I'm saying. I like Dean too, but they can turn that into a really good. They're not. They need to really go back to the drawing board to rebuild know how to feud. Go back to the old WCW tapes and WWE tapes from back in the day. Pull out from the Hardy Boys, Dudley Boys. Who else? Edge and Christian. Those feuds. Those were feuds. Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon feud. Those were feuds back in the day. Nikita Koloff. The Four Horsemen versus the Rock and Roll Express. Those were feuds. The Midnight Express. Those were feuds back in the day. Where you like really felt that they don't like anybody. And what the heck? WWE bringing back the Headbangers for?
I
Why?
don't even know who that was.
You don't even know who.
I just know I know they were in the Attitude
I
Era.
couldn't.
But
I never liked the Headbangers. I never liked them. I thought they were just the grunge thing, and didn't. They look like grandfathers out there, and I'm like, really? It was okay to see them, but I'm like, really? Y'all don't got that much talent that y'all got to go to the Headbangers?
y'all know they.
How
know their
about bring
roster